Yo, yo, yo. All right. My first match of the tournament, I pick up against WebBowser. You just copy their code here so we can start the challenge. Hop into the right setup room here. All right. Put in the challenge code. Just make sure my recording is going. Yep, we're recording. All right. Very good, very good. So, I know that WebBowser likes his Sayla team. Um, I think I'm just going to lead off strong with my Jane Cap Windle, try and get a quick win, and then close it out with the Kaiban Fel team, the Fel Stinger. Okay, up against Eric Captain here. Eric can easily get a free battery. Let's see, who are my main threats? Jane, I destroy with emotional damage. Sayla's a threat here. Clint is probably my main target, especially if WebBowser keeps Clint healthy. I'm just going to start off with Zale. If Clint leads, I can go immediately to Grace, but instead Eric is here, and I'm just free to throw off a peck. Okay, timer's on, very good. So pretty free peck here. I'm not too scared of a bypass clause. Odette comes in. Might have bomb lock it, but that's okay. And get that peck. No bomb lock it, okay. Compersionate Odette, so gonna get some extra charge. Definitely has a charge advantage here. Topple hammer's expected. What else could come in here? Something that makes me dizzy could happen. I think I'm actually gonna bring in Sayla here. I'm expecting that move that makes me dizzy. Can't remember what it's called. Can also eat Topple hammer pretty easily, so a free switch in. Jane is the obvious switch from WebBowser here, and so I'm going to bring in, I could do Grace, but Zale is also not too bad. Yep, I'm going to bring in Zale here. Okay with eating anything that that Jane can spit back at me, even the bypass clause. Has a full battery, but I'm not too worried about it. WebBowser probably hoping to flourish pop-ups on that turn, but glad I switched out. I am free to throw out another peck. Sayla comes in. Most likely has round in, if I had to guess. Is okay with eating that peck. Next time I could just fireworks. Does threaten me out with potential flicker glove or longsword here. I'm just going to switch in. I'm going to make a safe play and go to Jane. Ooh, Claymore, okay. So glad I didn't risk staying in there on a round end. Get some extra charge. Claymore. So Sayla isn't, pretty much has to switch out here. Doesn't want to lose it early on, I would imagine. So I think I'm free to a decoy here. What would WebBowser bring in? Probably their own Jane. Potentially maybe Odette. I think WebBuzzer has to switch out here into Jane, so I think I'm going to threaten another Zale. Now I'm going to go for the safe play with Decoy. Flourishes round end. Okay, that's fine. You can use your battery that way. Don't really lose too much from that. So back pocket locket is broken. We're even on battery. WebBowser probably wants to bring in either Eric or Clint here. If Clint comes in, that's fine. In fact, I think I like Grace here, just in case that, because I was expecting the Clint to take advantage of my Zale. So I get the speed drop onto Clint. I can either go for a peck here, or even boost my speed with unbutton. I kind of like the peck. Not sure what Clint can do against me. Okay, just starts boosting with unbutton, so Clint is back to neutral initiative. Fury pendant Clint, okay. Good to know, good to know. So 154. If Clint gets another unbutton, he's going to outspeed my Windle. I think I might go for another unbutton here. Lullaby is also not too bad. Nothing likes to switch on Lullaby, so I'm gonna go for Lullaby even though it doesn't give me my battery charge. Yeah, Eric comes in. Lullaby. Okay, so Eric is slightly crippled with that tired. Immediately threatens with fireworks here. I think my Zale is pretty safe. Okay, WebBowser maybe predicts my switch, brings in Odette. That Topple Hammer actually doesn't KO Zale here. I'm gonna bring in Sayla. Pretty safe switch. Can eat that Topple Hammer. I can round in again and force a fresh switch in with anyone. I'm okay with Jane coming in. Yep. Not too concerned about that. So this lets me bring in either Zale or Grace again. My Bowser's Clint is still healthy, but has that dropped emotional. Eric likely not the switch here because WebBowser has a full charge. Everything else is threatened out by Grace, so I'm gonna lead Grace. Not too worried about this because I still have my memory locket on Zale, so I can switch in, make Eric tired or not tired, but yeah, tired, and kind of cripple that battery plan. Okay, stacking up the feelings onto Eric. Okay, lucky pendant Eric. I was worried about Gloam there. This is probably the freest spec of my life. It might actually be a Sayla switch here. Not too worried about a bypass clause because I know I will live that. I think I just want the chip damage onto Sayla with this fireworks and the charge from it. Still does decent damage against Eric if they choose to stay in. Flourish rebuild. Okay, very cool play. Gets rid of the feelings, heals up. Very cool. Okay, so I've shown fireworks. I think I'm free to peck again though. I have the battery for it. Okay, Odette's gonna eat that peck. Candy Pearls Odette, alright. I have shown my Sayla switch twice now. Topple Hammer will do 28. I can eat 2 more Topple Hammers. But I kind of like Grace here. Kind of predicting WebBowser to do something different. Okay, WebBowser chooses to stay in, goes for the Topple. Grace takes not too much from that, starts healing with Lucky Pendant. This is a very free unbutton on my end. Sayla comes in. That's fine, I'll do some chip damage to Sayla. Jane is kind of an auto switch for me. What could Sayla do here? They could Claymore, they could round end. That would be their last round end use though. Lullaby is actually kind of tempting, expecting Sayla to attack here. I don't know if I want to eat that full Claymore though, so I think I'm just going to switch in Jane. It's very predictable. Yep. So Clint comes in. It's predictable, but I'm okay with that. partially because I have my parry available. But I think that Grace kind of making sure to drop. I don't know why WebBowser went for the Jane switch here. Maybe it couldn't expect me to burn that battery, but that definitely puts me in a great position to just throw out another peck. Okay, that puts me on the smackdown phase, so I can throw out a peck and almost have 2 full batteries. I think it's almost time to bring in Windle. Clan at 154 still, so Windle's still at speeds, always threatened by priority attack. But I might even be able to clean this up with Grace at this point. Okay, get the peck. No threat of Gloam, no threat of a priority attack from Eric. Flourish unbutton would do 64 here. So I'm threatened out by the digital attack, of course, because WebBowser could choose the flourish here. I actually like the Jane switch. It covers against a potential random bypass clause. It also yeah, I'm okay with the Jane switch here. In case they choose to go for something tricky, Disruption Wave. Okay, that is a mellow Eric. Rebuild Disruption Wave Fireworks. Okay, so kind of more tanky build. It's the one that WebBowser kind of popularized. I have a very free bypass clause here. So I know they can't really threaten Zale, so I'm going to switch in Zale here, especially if they go something like Jane. Jane is a threat with bypass clause, though I outspeed with Peck. I'm very much okay with just burning my last Peck here. WebBowser might choose to parry, but that would be down 1 battery. That's fine with me. I'm okay with the battery advantage there. Okay, deck comes in. Survives with 2, okay. I mean, they have a very free topple hammer. My Jane is actually getting a little bit weakened here. I really don't want to get dizzy, so I'm going to bring in Sayla here. Yep, they go for the feelings move. Kind of thought they would do that. Just a little worried about it, but now I'm free to round end. They, unless they have Pester Bomb here, I don't think they can block it. I'm even tempted to flourish it just to make sure I don't get angry. Though if Sayla goes down, is that the worst case? Not really. I'm okay with Sayla going down, so I'm not going to burn my battery, just go for the straight round end. Jane comes in. I will go up to almost full, get rid of those feelings with round end. And I have a very free switch into Windle actually. Because Windle takes care of you, Jane, Clint. Not quite Sayla, but I have the battery advantage. Definitely takes care of Eric here. I think I'm free to... free to get some damage off with Windle now. Clint comes in. Clint is not faster than I am. Threatens with a priority attack. But I threaten with a flourish fashion advice. It's tempting to parry here, but I don't think they would burn that yet. They have Fury Pendant. I don't... They could unbutton. Do they know that they live in attack? I'm gonna go for a flaunt just in case they go for a priority and I can start to heal. Okay, Eric comes in, that's fine. Do some big damage to that Eric. They now have a battery. I am faster. What would they do here? Disruption wave would be annoying. Fireworks would be... They can't do much, so I'm just gonna go for a Fashion Vice. Get my hotshot boost from Odette. Maybe trying to switch and burn a potential parry or two from me. But I'm not going to fall for that WebBowser. Okay, so what could come in here? Clint could come back in. Sayla chooses to come in. Okay. Now has a battery available. So Claymore round end, no necklace. I can flourish Flaunt here. I still have my Gloam Locket, so even if they go for a priority attack, which they do, they go for Flicker Glove, that will take me down, but I'll heal it back with Flaunt. Heal some back, at least. Okay, that gives me another hotshot boost. Means I definitely kill Clint now. Still have a battery available. What do I need to worry about now is Clint's potential quick foil. Definitely need to worry about that. If Clint goes for a quick foil here, it does set me up. So I either switch or I parry. WebBowser knows that. And I think what I can do here is actually bring in... What I want to do is burn their battery so that I have the advantage. Another thing I could do is just bring in Grace. I actually like that a lot. Grace doesn't take too much from anything Clint does. Lowers their speed in case they decide to do something like unbutton, predicting a switch. They do burn that battery. So, glad I did that there. I am free to either toss out another peck or even go for a lullaby. Nothing that WebBowser switches in likes lullaby here. But unbutton is just a free battery charge, free damage. I'm just gonna play it safe. Not trying to do too much here. Eric comes in, gets another battery for WebBowser. Alright. So what happens here? I'm faster. Potential parry from WebBowser. Potential parry. If they go for a parry, I think Zale... I could even flourish here. Let's see, if I flourish, they are free to bring in Clint. I think I'm gonna bring in Zale here. Okay, Jin comes in. Maybe choosing to either sack Jane there, or not sure, but Shriek is very free on my end. Okay, they go for a parry, burn that battery, bypass claws, takes out Zale. What does that mean? Clint has one more quick foil. It means I can heal up a lot with Wendell here. With Flaunt. They're most definitely going to sack Jane. Bring in Eric for the battery again. But that's fine. Oh, they choose to... Okay. They just get the battery automatically. Wanted to save that Jane, I guess for a sack later. But I'll heal pretty good from that Flaunt there. Clint's free to come in. But I can outspeed easily. They have a single quick foil left. The real question now is... So I have the critical hit Flaunt. The question is, are they going to anticipate my switch? I still have Grace in the back. That immediately threatens Clint. Even if Wendell goes down, I think I can still clean pretty easily with Grace. So I'm just going to choose to Flaunt here. Flourish Flaunt. Predicting them not to go for their quick foil. Yep. Okay. That is a lot of damage. Clint is the only one left. I will heal back up to full with Wendell. So now I just need to predict these last couple turns. My switch to Jane is very free here. Again, I'm going to make the same play because they have to flourish quick foil. In order to stop me here. But if I switch out and they choose to do something like unbutton, taking out my Jane, it puts me a little bit more risk. If Grace comes in naturally, it's very good for me. So I'm just going to flourish Flaunt. Okay, they do go for the quick foil. I'm okay with that because it doesn't burn my battery because I didn't get to use my attack. It's now I have the battery advantage. Grace can come in. I can go for a very safe parry unbutton. Parry, I get the decoy from my captain plan, and now I close the game with the last unbutton. Alright. So that was my goal. Wasn't quite as quick of a win as I thought it was going to be. WebBowser put up a good fight, but was able to get a clean victory there. And so now because this format is best of 3 different captain plans, I have to change my team. WebBowser could use that same team again if they wanted to, but I have to switch. So I feel like this team is very consistent. I'm able to go up against a ton of different matches. So they choose to go with the Grace Captain. Grace Captain likes to switch a lot. I've played against this team against WebBowser. Let's see, I think this is an unimpressed lease if I remember correctly. Either way, I like my automatic boost from Fel Captain. Okay, so I'm perceptive, I get to see what they have. I know they're unimpressed, Lucky Pendant, Tidy Heart-to-Heart Fireworks. Okay. What I need to do is chip down Lise enough that Fel can get her down without having to rely on those boosts, because Unimpressed doesn't care about my boosted stats. How do I do that though? I need Tazu to break through Jane more efficiently, so my Eric is a pretty safe switch in to Fireworks. Right, I am going to throw off a Fireworks of my own, just get some big damage going. Their Jane can come in if they want to. Alright, so here's where WebBowser might pop-ups. They might bypass clause. They might firewall. Either way, I think Tazu puts up some good pressure against Jane. Go for a bypass clause. That actually does a good amount. They must invest in physical attack there. Let's check that. Okay, 112. Right, we both have a battery, but I threaten with bribe here. So I think what I'm going to do, because they have lease to tidy, I'm going to start with a firewall. Well, I'm actually safe to just pop-ups. That's fine. Even if they switch in lease, that's okay. Molly comes in. Okay. Molly comes in. My go-to against Molly is Sayla. Because I can eat that lunch invite and round in. Let's see. Lease is not infuriating, so I don't have to worry about that lease switching in. I can just round in, give Jane some more pop-ups damage. It's actually pretty good for the in-game. And whatever switches in takes an additional 10 from pop-ups. Alright. So claim order 77 to lease. I was considering maybe Sayla, predicting WebBowser just bring lease in immediately. But I think instead, what might they do? They have a very free switch to lease here. I think I'm gonna neglect my free perceptive boost and just go to Eric. Because I really want a battery advantage. I think that will help a lot. And immediately threatens damage onto lease. So flourish 49 or 59 plus 39. I don't need to flourish this first one. I can just fireworks raw. Get some damage, that's what I needed. Okay, they flourish tidy for the healing. Because they don't like that pop-ups on their side of the field. Good. It also puts them out of range of my flourish. I think just a fireworks again here is pretty safe. Molly comes in. Takes a little from fireworks, but really more importantly I get the charge. It's really going to help Fel later on. Because now a flourish riding crop from Fel easily takes care of lease. So Molly has a very free lunch invite here. They know my Sayla switch in. They could bring in Jane on that. I think Fel isn't threatened too much by either. Okay, I'll take the biting. I'd much rather that than the speed drop. They don't have a battery, that's good. So they have riding crop, deep breath, and unbutton. Brief unlock it. Okay. So my fireworks, I need to flourish fireworks in order to secure the knockout here, but I'm okay with that because after I do that I'll have another battery charge. And whatever comes in is immediately threatened by Fel again. So WebBowser has to switch. I don't think they want to lose their captain here. But what do they switch to? Pretty much anything that comes in is dead in the water. Okay, Jane eats up that flourish fireworks. they now have a battery, so they could threaten with bypass clause with a parry. It's very tempting to flourish here. Do I need to do that? Would they parry? I don't know if they would parry here. That would burn their battery for the rest of the match. Though I do need Fel to close this game. I think I need Fel to close this game. So I'm gonna play safe, flourish my unbutton here. I think I'm gonna flourish. I could also parry. Parry isn't quite as bad. Yeah, I'm gonna flourish here. I can get the charge back. I really don't want to risk them using a parry. Rather just secure the knockout there. Fel is very quick after that unbutton. What comes in now? Sayla can come in, Lise can come in. Lise has a very free fireworks. They could also choose to heart. It's 28. I think I like Tazu here, just for the extra backlash. I really don't want Lise healing up too much. Am I okay with that though? Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go to Eric. Mostly because I would rather keep Tazu healthy in case I need to switch her into Grace. Okay, I don't go down to fireworks, so I think I'm just gonna toss out a disruption wave. Whatever comes in is gonna get sad, though. Maybe just the fireworks, just the net fireworks is better here. Okay. So I have a battery now. Lise is still pretty healthy. Doesn't go down to a flourish fireworks. What could WebBowser do here? They could... I don't think they would sacrifice Lise. I'm just going to toss out a disruption wave. Predicting Molly. I did think Molly was going to come in. I'd rather make her sad and deny the battery gain than deal the extra damage. Because what's Molly going to do here? Lunch invite? I'm not too worried about that. I am free to just rebuild. I'm okay with getting hungry. I think I'll have enough battery throughout this match to heal up again. Oh, blackjack. Okay. Okay, so Molly blackjacks. That means bandage is probably the last move here. Blackjack doesn't really do anything to Sayla. They've got the battery already. What could they do? Could they do? I don't think they'll throw out another blackjack. Most likely it's a lunch invite, and I am very much okay with Fel getting hungry. But it's safer to bring in Sayla here, so I'm gonna play it safe. I have the battery advantage with my 3 batteries. Sayla can eat that lunch invite, that's no problem. I have 2 round ends. They have 2 more lunch invites. I can Claymore pretty easily here. And then flourish round in if I need to. Chip from biting for the Claymore. Yeah, because here I can flourish round end. Actually, is it better? Because they can't do anything except deep breath here. It's better to just eat and attack and round in naturally, so I'll get that extra charge, potentially. They go for a flourish, deep breath, boost all their stats, except for initiative, thankfully. Not too worried about that, because Grace is still super weak to digital attacks. Alright. They still have battery. So I have a very free switch to Fel here. Sayla comes in, gives me my boost. Okay, what does Sayla do here? Sayla has Quick Foil, has Claymore. You could Flourish Claymore. Be pretty good against my Kaiban. You could also Flourish Quick Foil. Either way, Kaiban is my safe switch. Really just setting up that in-game with Fel here. As many boosts as I can get, making sure Grace doesn't come in for free. There's no way that Sayla stays in here, so nothing like switching into Fel. So that's kind of a risky switch in case WebBowser had gone for like a Claymore just to get extra chip, but I really didn't expect them to take the extra damage from Thorn Pendant, and I am now free to Riding Crop here. Okay, Sayla comes in, takes that damage. They have another battery. Because they had back pocket, they're free to Quick Foil, Flourish again. That's fine. I can eat that with Kaiban. I can do this all day, WebBowser. Alright, so here is where I'm not super safe doing the same move because they could just use the Claymore again. Claymore still does 33 to me. So I think it's a little bit more optimal to either sack Eric to a potential switch or to a potential Claymore. Is Molly a switch in here? Sayla is also a switch here. Actually, I like Sayla here. It covers for the potential Claymore play. Yep. Covers for that. If they quick foil, they go down to Kaiban. I don't think they would round end here, so I'm just going to Flicker Glove, anticipating them to just raw round end. Nothing that switches in likes that, and I can always flourish my round in after. So Sayla's down. Sayla was my main counter to Fel, so Fel can clean from here. I just need to get in Fel safely, and the way I do that is flourish round end. So Fel has a speed boost. Even if they unbutton here, I'll still outspeed. So I might just sack. I think it's okay to sack Sayla here. And deny them that battery. Because if I flourish round in, they will have a full battery coming back in. So I'm just going to Flicker Glove, get the extra damage, chip damage. They can deep breath if they want. They go for the unbutton. Not too worried about that. They would need 2 unbuttons to outspeed me, I believe. Yep. So Fel comes in very safely. They don't have the battery, which means I can just flourish fire. I don't have to flourish, just regular raw fireworks. I think they would probably bring in Molly. Okay, Elise instead. That's fine. Ace comes in. They have the battery, but I have the battery advantage here. I have 3 full batteries. I can flourish Riding Crop. Kills anything they want to bring in here. Okay, Grace comes in, deals my biting chip, flourish Fireworks. I think I just have too much battery here at the end game. With that Kaiban Captain plan, just able to stack up battery charge by switching defensively and kind of doing chip damage here and there, which means Fel can just come in and sweep. Let's go out with the bang here. So really maybe fight for that one, WebBowser. Really fun game. That was awesome. Riding Crop seals the deal. Good game. Alright, so the end of round 2 for me, I was able to take that against WebBowser. Looks like my next opponent is going to be the winner of Kaz versus Starlit. Starlit kind of somewhat well known for a good Fel team, Fel player, or Fel captain plan I should say. Kaz, definitely a worry of mine up against that Clint team. I think it's going to be a good match either way. These are both really good players, and really look forward to that next match. Let's see, looking at the ladder some more, Neo Asamon was able to take down Minimal in the first round, and also take down Moke, so looking to be a formidable opponent coming up. Assuming I win this next match, we will be in the, I guess, semifinals here. Let's see, what else is going on? Moke, WebBowser versus Minimal. Will WebBowser redeem himself from the last tournament and take down Minimal for the in losers, or will Minimal kind of come back and fight his way into the bracket? Who knows? Looks like Honeysuckle just beat Chroma. No, Honeysuckle lost against Chroma, so it's going to be Chroma versus Neo in round 3. Well, I'm just going to sit tight until Kaz and Starlit are ready to battle, whichever one, and we'll be back soon.